Hello students, now our next lecture is general plane motion. So when we call a body is undergoing general plane motion, when it is having combination of translation as well as rotation. So in this case we can see this is position 1 of the body and this one is position 2. So position 1 and position 2. Now suppose there is rotation about this axis. The body is undergoing pure rotation. Now when it is moving from 1 to 2, we can see the axis about which it was rotating, it has also changed its position. That means so body is rotating as well as it is translating in some direction. So this is how we can observe general plane motion in any body. So whenever there occurs general plane motion, so translation in that body always occurs within that reference plane and rotation will occur about an axis which is perpendicular to that reference plane. So there are various examples of general plane motion. So one is roller motion, another is ladder motion, and next one is connecting rod. So let's start with one by one. So first is ladder motion. So here we can see this is the initial position of ladder, and let's say after some instant ladder will take this position. So how we can say this is a general plane motion? If we will be able to prove this change in position by the combination of translation and rotation, so we can say the ladder has been undergoing the general plane motion. So let's take first AB is the initial position of the ladder. So after some instant this A moves down to A double dash and B moves down to B dash. So let's analyzing this as the sum of translation and rotation. So how we can prove this? So to the initial position of A and B, let's first add translation motion. So if we'll add pure translation to both A and B, so this AB will be having now new position, that is A dash and B dash. So what we have done, we just added pure translation. Now after that, about center B, let allow this A dash and B dash to rotate about B dash in anti-clockwise direction. So when we'll allow to rotate about B, that means we are giving pure rotation. So this A dash will reach to A double dash. So we can see we have reached to the new position of the ladder. So this is how we can observe this as a general plane motion. Next is connecting rod. In case of connecting rod, which I have already discussed in first lecture. Now there is a piston which is C and there is a crank which is link AB and there is one connecting rod which is BC. So this connecting rod will be always in general plane motion. How we can prove this? Now see this crank AB which is always rotating about this fixed center A. So it will be always having pure rotation during motion. And this point C, so this is what? This is a piston. So piston will always have translatory motion in horizontal direction. So this is undergoing pure translation. Now we can see this connecting rod has one end attached with the crank and one end attached with the piston. So the end which is attached with the crank will be always under pure rotation, and the end which is attached with the piston will be always under pure translation. So this link BC will undergo always the sum of translation and rotation. So this is how we can analyze this is under general plane motion. Next is a rolling motion. So whenever a roller rolls, so what happens? If the roller remain in the same position, that means it is rotating about B. Now in case of roller motion, we can see this center is also moving, having translatory motion. Suppose a car is moving in certain direction, so in that case the wheel of the car is rotating about its center as well as it is covering some linear distance. So that means that wheel or the roller will be having general plane motion because center about which the whole wheel is rotating or axis, that is also moving in certain direction. So it will be undergoing translation as well as rotation. Now as in case of pure translation and pure rotation, we have certain laws to find out velocity of each particle at certain time. So in case of pure translation, we observed that the velocity of every particle at any time is same. That means Vb is equal to Va. And in case of rotation, we can find out velocity of any particle which is at certain distance from axis of rotation by having the relation V is equal to R omega. But in this case, when we have general plane motion, so there are two methods generally by which we can find out the velocity of any particle during motion. So one is relative velocity method, another is instantaneous center rotation. So let's discuss relative velocity method. So first assume let there is A and B particle of some element and it is having one translatory axis and one fixed axis. Now let position of B and A with respect to fixed reference axis is RB and RA. And what is the position of B with respect to A, which is RBA. So now there is some change in the position of the particle A and B. So in general plane motion, if this B point is moving, so it will be having both translation as well as rotation. Now how we can prove this? So there is some change in position. So let's come here. Now there you can see there is a link AB. Now after some time it has new position, which is this one. So A has been displaced and we have given some displacement which is DRA, and to B we have given DRB. Now we can see DRB will be equal to, so this DRB total displacement given to B will be equal to the sum of translation which the point A is translated, and next is due to rotation about B. So this A has been moved with the pure translation and B has moved with the translation plus rotation about A. Now you can see, so this is AB. Now first we'll add translation DRA to both A and B. So when we'll add this DRA to both, so A will be moved here and B will be new position about this point. So this is DRA we added up. Now next what we'll do, we'll add rotation about A. So when we'll rotate about A, so this will now change to this position. That means DRB is this one. So we have added DRB. So this will give us final position of DRB. You can see. So this is how we can find out the net displacement occurs in point B, which will be sum of translation by which the A has moved and next is rotation about A axis. So in this case we can also find out the velocity of each particle. How we can find out? So this is the initial position vector, which is RB is equal to RA plus RBA, and then DRB is equal to DRA plus RBA. Now if we differentiate this, so what we'll get? Velocity of B. So velocity of B we will get is equal to VA, that means velocity with which there occurs translation, and plus dRBA by dt. In case of pure translation, this dRBA, the position of B with respect to A was constant, so this was 0. That's why in that case we got VB is equal to VA. But now here in this case, when it is undergoing general plane motion, so this RBA will not be constant, so it is also keep on changing. That's why we'll get here, so dRBA upon dt is what? Velocity, and that velocity it is because of rotation. So we can say it is equal to omega into RBA. So finally velocity of VB we can find out by adding translation in the A as well as velocity of B with respect to A. So this is how we can take the velocity, or we can find the velocity of any particle which is undergoing general plane motion, and this method is called as relative velocity method. Thank you.